Hey y'all, Swifton here back with another weekly predictions for, this will be for week 6. So this is going to be the first of the bye weeks. But before that, last time we went 11-5, so I may be wrong, but I think that's the best we've had. No, we went 11-5 the second week, so this is tied for the best. It's pretty good. There were some that I didn't expect to happen, like Jacksonville losing to Houston, and New York Jets beating the Dolphins. All the other ones that lost, I can see why they lost. Except for I can see why, like I had the New England-Detroit game close, but I didn't think that Detroit would lose or get blown out like what happened. I also expected Los Angeles to put up a better fight than they did. Alright, but that is... Oh, and we have a combined 44, 35, and 1. But that will end week 5 as we go into week 6, and as I previously said, it's the first of the bye weeks. And so the teams with byes are Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, Las Vegas Raiders, and Tennessee Titans. Luckily, I won't be able to predict on the Lions because I've been doing just terrible. Just really bad. But I hope that they put up a fight from here on out. I'm kind of dwindling hope on the Lions, but I don't have to worry about them this week at all. But let's just start off. So our Thursday night football game is going to be another boring game between the Washington Commanders at the Chicago Bears. I'm just going to say who wins. Chicago Bears, I have them winning 17-13 in a very boring game. Both of these teams are terrible. Washington looked okay and Chicago looked okay last week, but I'm not going to be watching this tonight. Okay, and then you got the Sunday early games, the first one being the Baltimore Ravens at the New York Giants. The Giants coming off of a upset win that I predicted, might I add. And the Ravens coming off of a close win against the Cincinnati Bengals off a last-second field goal. I think the Ravens will have enough to beat the Giants. I think they're a better team than the Packers are, and I think that the Giants are liable to lose to a good team. They lost to the Cowboys, but I think that the Ravens will beat them, but it will be close. I have the Ravens winning 30-24. If the Giants win, I don't know. All right, next you have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm still on the Jacksonville hype train a little bit, and I still think Indianapolis sucks. So I have the Jaguars winning this one outside of Duval. I have them winning 24-10, which is different from on my score sheet from the preseason. I just think Jacksonville's a better team here, and the Colts are just terrible, especially Matt Ryan. So yeah, I got the Jags winning that one. Next, you have the New England Patriots at the Cleveland Browns. I don't know. I think that New England is better overall. They beat out the Lions real bad. I don't know if that means anything. But they also held it close with the Packers, so I think they're going to beat the Browns. I have them winning 16-13. Next, you have the Cincinnati Bengals at the New Orleans Saints. The Bengals coming off of a close loss to the Ravens, and the Saints coming off of a decent win that they barely staved off. They almost lost that game, but they won it against the Seattle Seahawks. This game, I think it'll be pretty interesting. If the Bucs weren't playing in this time slot, I'd probably watch them, or maybe I'd watch the Jets and the Packers. But I'm mostly going to be watching the Bucs play, obviously. I think the Bengals are a better team than the Saints. even though they aren't producing as much as I thought they would. But I think that they win this game 27-23. Next, you have the aforementioned Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bucs are better than the Steelers. The Steelers are 1-4. The Bucs are 3-2. And although they had a close game against the Falcons have been close against every team they played. So I don't know if that's a very good comparison. But they've beaten good teams like the Saints. Oh, maybe not a good team, but it's hard to beat the Saints for the Bucs apparently. So just consider it a good win. And I might even chalk off that divisional game as just a divisional rival game, which those can be tough even if they're easy opponents. For example, in 2020, our first game against the Falcons, which was week 15 against the Falcons, we were down 17-0 and 24-7 at different points in time, and we ended up winning that game. So I don't know. Stuff like that happens. The Steelers are not like that, though. The Steelers got blown out 38-3 against the Bills. I don't have this being close. Bucs win 24-6. Next, you have the San Francisco 49ers at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons almost beat the Bucs. They had a chance. If a bad call wasn't made, they might have had a chance to win. I don't think they would have, but I mean, that's not something to argue about. And the 49ers just they beat the ever-loving crap out of the Panthers, right? Yeah, I think that's who they played. Right? Yes, they beat the crap out of the Panthers. I still think that the Falcons will keep it close. They might even choke a lead, but I do have the 49ers winning this one semi-close, 31-24. Next, you have the New York Jets at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers losing to the Giants and the Jets beating out the Dolphins, which isn't saying much because the Dolphins' offense was garbage. But honestly, the Jets could win this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But at the same time, I gotta pick the Packers. I got to. I don't want to lose something like that. I was lucky that the upset happened against them last time. I don't think two upsets will happen in a row against Aaron Rodgers' Packers. But I don't know. We'll see. But nevertheless, the Packers win in a low-scoring game, 17-10. Next, you have the Minnesota Vikings at the Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are imploding, and this might be less close than I have it being. I have the Vikings winning this one, and they'll win 28-20. I think the Dolphins will score somewhat because the Minnesota defense isn't. I think that they're penetrable for the Dolphins, but I don't have much faith in the Dolphins to win this game. So the Vikings will go 5-1. That's weird to say. Okay, next you have the Sunday night or the Sunday late games. You have the first one being Carolina at Los Angeles Rams. This is another one I have being close, but the Rams will ultimately win. They've been looking like garbage since week 1. I mean, they've only won a couple games by one score. No, they've won 2 games. One of them, they almost blew it to the Falcons. The second one, it was against the Cardinals, and that was not convincing at all. I don't think this will be good for them. I still think they'll beat Carolina, but it's not going to be by a ton. I have them winning 23-19. If the upset happens, I'd love that. I'm just not going to predict it, but it might happen. Next, you have the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. The Cardinals and the Seahawks are not good teams. It's not going to be a fun game to watch either. I'm going to be watching the Buffalo and Kansas City game, or maybe the Carolina game if it's close. But I have Arizona winning 13-3. And next you have what I said, the Buffalo-Kansas City game. The Bills and the Chiefs, an epic showdown, which should be a Sunday. It should be a primetime game, but instead you have games like Denver at LAC and Monday night, and Washington at Chicago. At least Sunday night will be good. But the Bills, I think they'll beat the Chiefs, and it won't be that close because the Bills look like a juggernaut right now. I think they win 31-20. Although, I might be underestimating the Chiefs again, but we'll cross that bridge when we hit it. Next, you have the Sunday Night Football game. You have the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be a low-scoring, close game because the Dallas defense is good, and they'll probably stifle the Philadelphia offense, but we'll see. I think that the Cowboys win this one 17-13, and that's changed from what I originally thought. Oh, so by the way, the Buffalo game has changed too, and the Minnesota game. But yeah, I think the Cowboys win this one 17-13. Very close game. Battle for the East. That'll be a good one. Alright, and now you have your final game, the Monday Night Football game, the Broncos. You have the Denver Broncos at the LAC, the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, God. Oh, this is gonna be such a bad game. I don't want to watch this, but I'm gonna watch it anyways because it's football. And when football's on, you watch it. Even if it's the Commanders and the Bears or the Broncos and the Chargers. Oh, man. Okay. Now I'm actually starting to yawn. Yeah. It's such a bad game. But I have the Chargers winning this one 21-18. I'm not going to explain it. It's going to be so boring to watch. Oh, God. Why did I have Denver winning their division? Now I'm going to be plagued with having to watch them play every week so badly. Are they ever going to score more than 30 points? I'm sure that me saying that they're going to score 30 points, it's going to be an interesting game, which please, even if you win and ruin this prediction, please score. Please, I'm begging you, make this an interesting game. I don't care if I lose, just make it interesting. But that'll end it for the predictions. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm kind of a mess right now. Almost as much of a mess as the Broncos are. But, yeah. Tell me your predictions down below, what I got wrong, because I'm sure I got all of them wrong, especially if you're a Saints fan. And, yeah. I'll, see you for the post-game show next time, and Power Rankings will be next week because, it'll be after week 6, and so that'll be 3 more weeks done since the last one, and that'll be a good one. But until then, Bucs up.